because Marwa something at stake. He has a name that he wants to protect, and he's standing on it. So if you have someone that is doing drug, go and tell them to stop, or declare that I should stand down. That is where it should be if you are holding an agency. So if you are made the Inspector General of Police, if you are made the head of DSS, if you are made the Chief of Defense Staff, Army, Navy, or Air Force Chief, the first thing you tell the acceptance letter you are giving is, please allow me to professionally deploy or stand me down now. If you can do that and make sure that comes out public, because that was what Marwa did when he came on set. He told everybody that no behind, no talk, no phone call, nothing here. Stop the drugs, or don't let us see you. We'll come after you. That's where we are. We are dancing to a music that will sustain a government for another tenure.
Oh, wow. Dancing to a music that will sustain the government to another tenure. That's the words of Ambassador Dr. Owame Roy, who is the National Secretary of Retired Nigerian Members of Nigerian Armed Forces. Well, let's listen to one man who talked so tough about insecurity. He was a former president and also a former vice president. So we'll listen to him and then we'll come back and talk more on this.
The Boko Haram started 2009 when I was the vice president to late Yaradua. Of course, I took over 2010 for 5 years, battling with the Boko Haram until I left. I thought that immediately I leave, within a reasonable time, late General Buhari was going to wipe them out, but till today, the Boko Haram is still there. So the issue of Boko Haram is a little more complex than sometimes we can conjecture. In 1999, when the Obasanjo became a president, we know we had some issues in the southwest, but government was able to bring it down because there was a clear focus, there was clear reason, and government was able to. Then we had issues in the Niger Delta. One of the major things I did was to visit the most dangerous camp of the militants in the Niger Delta. I remember when we flew down to Warri, by the time we got to the waterfront to take boats to that camp, they sent information to us that anybody following me must not carry a weapon. My ADC, my CSO, that nobody should carry a weapon. In fact, the Commissioner of Police of Delta State said, Vice President, no, you will not go there. The State Director of SSS to say, no, I will not go. I told them I will go. So even my officers, my ADC, my CSO and so on, they handed over their guns to the CP and the SDS of Delta State. And none of them carry a weapon. When we landed at the camp, so if you put all these things together, you begin to say, this Boko Haram, why is it that from 2009 till date, we've not been able to resolve the crisis of Boko Haram? So just like Bishop Kukot tried to raise on fundamental issues, and you value the weapons, then you know that these are not hungry people. So the soldiers that sometimes capture some of the weapons will see better, but the weapons they use, the ammunition they use, sometimes they even have more ammunition than our soldiers. So it doesn't show that they are hungry people. And where are these guns, sophisticated weapons coming from? And we begin to see that the external hands are also involved.
Dr. Roy, I'm sure you had President Goodluck Jonathan right there talking tough about insecurity. These Boko Haram are not hungry people. The weapon they use, well sophisticated, even more than even that of the army. So many questions right there to be answered. Maybe you want to put your thought on it.
Yeah, well, let me... If I say I want to appreciate that speech now, so many people will turn it to politics. So I have already always tried my best to be neutral when I make my comments, purely on security. Let me first say that there are people that followed him to that meeting. Let me also say that he is the number one citizen in the country. And he has the ability to discuss with international intervention, local intervention.
He was. I mean, when he was the president. Are you talking about when he was the president?
Yes, when he was the president.
Okay.
Yes. He has all those ability. And even that time of the Chibok girls, you can see all the things that Nigeria was. Are we bringing in external? Are we not bringing in external? Are we bringing in external? See, there is no president in Nigeria that can break the cabal of control that is happening in this country today. Every president that comes to power in Nigeria negotiates with the cabal of control.
Who are these cabals? Who are these cabals?
Wait, I'm coming.
Okay.
You're one of the former minister of justice or thereabout, or chief minister of justice. Was it not Malami or something?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, Malami.
He said he went out of Nigeria. I think he went to Saudi Arabia or whatever country. You can check online. Then when he came back, he said he has a list of persons
who sponsored politicians
that are sponsoring terrorism, and institutions / organizations that are sponsoring terrorism.
We are yet to see those
He
lists.
has this list. That same man used that same list to generate finance for himself, to now buy form of 100 million or thereabout, and now planning to become president of the country, where you have a list as a justice minister, and that list was not made public. No legal action was taken against any organization or persons on that list. And you handed over to another person, and that list was not handed over. Was it handed over? Well, then you handed over to another administration, this administration, and they didn't request for that list and kick action against it immediately. So you see, we will just be talking and talking, because a young officer that left Nigerian Defense Academy, a young soldier that left Depot Nigerian Army, they are coming out with all this energy of training. They are trying to be ethical, professional, disciplined, and with integrity. And they grow up in the ranks. But when they start growing higher in the ranks, they begin to see things. And they are like, hello. So the captain is now oddly to a general. And he's seeing what is not in his training. He's seen men die with simple compromises that an executive order can correct. The soldier himself posted outward. He's seen business going on, oil and gas, mining fields, different kinds of the Nigerian economic enrichment. Deals are going on. Insecurity is flaring in the eyes of the deals. Money is changing hands between terrorists, bandits, and Nigerian security agencies. And after a while, you hear one person was arrested for doing this. One general was arrested, facing court-martial. Who are those that are supposed to be accountable? So I say accountability is dead in Nigeria. If accountability comes back to life, then a general that siphoned money, pass it through banks, those banks will be answering questions. The EFCC will be answering questions why those banks did not notify them that XYZ amount is passing through a salary earner's account. And so many other people will answer for it. So in the guise of protecting yourself or your institution, people will help the security of Nigeria by refusing to be in the line of non-accountability.
Well, so much has been said here. Lagos, don't forget, you can be part of this conversation right here on Super 92.7 FM. Join us, 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Or call 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. Don't forget, you can drop a message via WhatsApp on the 0705 6900 927. 0705 6900 927. We're talking about insecurity. The president is right now calling to meet with councils of state and even the police council to deliberate on escalating insecurity across parts of the country. This is affecting every one of us. Well, sometimes some will say, you don't know how it feels until it has not gotten to you or until it gets to you. But a lot of, even in Kwara State, some will say it has not gotten to Lagos. But we hear pockets of kidnapping happening even in Lagos here, in other parts of the state, where we saw a viral video of a woman saying that her husband with her husband in-laws went to the farm, and all of them, couldn't come back alive. All of these things happening in our dear country. Insecurity. Recently, a friend was sharing with me how she entered a one-chance vehicle. She didn't know that everything was being tinted. All of these things happening. And then we can't fold our hands but to talk. What is going on? We can't even drink water and drop the cup safely. How did we get here? Let's go to the phone lines. Who do we have there? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. We're with you.
Thank you, my brother. Ben from Iba.
All right, Ben from Iba. Please make your comment.
Your question now, how did we get there? How did we get here now? I'm telling you that all these northern governors, starting from northern governors, if the money they are giving to them now, they are using it to develop their region. This will not be like this. In as much as I'm holding federal government responsible, Nigerian security agencies that are fighting them, the guys on the top. Because when they have closed down on arresting Tojibelo or killing him, I know that came from above that they should not kill him, that Tojibelo is ready to make peace. And those people we are disappointed. You should not kill him. You should not arrest Tojibelo. That he wants to make peace. Can you imagine? One next thing we saw that one this day we are here holding meeting with the leaders, the northern leaders and governors. They were holding meeting and they were waiting their AK-47. What a country like this. And so one man from the north said that all these terrorists, if you kill one tomorrow, you will see five. Because of poverty. Because of poverty is too much in that region. That is the reason. The northern governors are not doing anything. Look at what the is doing. Look at what Peter Mbai is doing in Enugu State. Is it not the same money they are giving to all of them? Will you see this type of insecurity in Abia? Abia is holding a world tournament, submitting para tournament. The whole world gathered here. If you hear that anybody is kidnapped, so why should northern governors make use of the money they are giving to them to develop their region, engage people, and let the money get to the people? Development comes to that region. As the federal government should come out clear and fight these people. Let Nigeria Army go back to their barracks and hand this thing over to Nigerian police and they quit them. I saw police say that if when they quit, from his office, he will monitor the whole forest. Nigerian government is not fighting it, insecurity. If they are fighting them, when they were gathering in Kwara State, everybody was crying in Kwara. They kept quiet until now they started employing the services of jet fighters. But when they would have come, police would have come and arrested these people. They did not do anything. Hello?
I'm with you.
You can see now there is this video that went viral that the helicopters we are dropping terrorists in Kwara, dropping weapons and dropping terrorists in Kwara. The federal government cannot say anything about it. They cannot do. What type of country is this? Helicopter. You say that this is an organized crime. It is a very serious thing. Capars that are responsible for this are so dangerous.
All
Why
right.
can't they make confidence of 400 terrorist sponsors that the UAE gave to us? Why can't all the terrorists that are in a military camp, more than 100,000 of them, why can't they hand them over to DSS to interview them, interact with them so that they can tell them the sponsors? Why can't they, all the terrorist commanders?
Thank you very much for your comment there, Ben from Iba. Okay, yes, the phone line still open 0705 690 0927 or 0802 502 7711. Dr. Ambassador Roy, a governor once said that he can stay at his office or at his home and then monitor Boko Haram wherever they are, know they are in and out. But though the federal government has come out to say that such comments are, it shouldn't be coming out from a governor, one who knows security architecture. But don't you think that some will say that there is a smoke without fire, or no smoke without fire? Probably he has a reason for saying that.
Well, thank you very much for that. Most times we have these governors. They make certain statements. Let me give you one example.
All right, please.
That is very clear. That at least it has stood the test of time.
Okay.
You remember when Governor Autumn was crying on TV
In Benue
that
State.
he's helpless. He's
Yeah.
helpless. Then that same week, a lot of bandits, terrorists, whatever name you want to call them, were arrested. They were handcuffed, leg and hand, and they were marched into the courtroom from Black Maria. All of us were watching it on TV. Now, those people were arrested in the act with the weapons and the dead body of people that were killed. With all the necessary evidence, they were arrested. Governor was crying. Then the president said the IGC relocate to that place. He didn't go. The IG didn't go. The governor, I don't know how that case ended. You are the media people. Maybe you are supposed to help us if they will not clamp you down to monitor those cases and see if those people are still in detention or they were those that the jailbreak was arranged for and they walked away. Because our criminal justice system have been handicapped, harshly handicapped. That's why I said the Inspector General of Police, the Police Service Commission, should invite all the vice chancellors of all the universities that run security and intelligence courses as a course. For 5 years, Nigerian youths go through that university if there's no strike. And they come out and they get jobs like 50,000, 60,000 naira. The IG should go to those universities, pick those databases, invite those Nigerian youths to come back to their own school or any university close by to them, not to torture them with logistics, and interview them with their exit results and see those that can come into the police.
All right.
That's why that last caller was saying you don't need the military.
All right.
You only need the military when the police call for helplessness.
Let's take a pause there,
It's
little.
not the
Let's take a pause there, little. Let's pick this call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, welcome to the program. What's your name and where you calling us from?
This is Ebube Chuzo calling from Lagos.
Ebube, please make your comment.
Yeah, you see, in this cause, we don't want to tell ourselves truth. Elabor launched a book last week, and he said a lot of things. Good luck even said so. The way the Boko Haram appointed Buhari that he is their own speaker. And somebody in government now is tackling good luck. And there was a name, there's a 400 number that's given to the Nigerian government. Nothing has been done. And some governor show some Boko Haram people or bandit, whatever they call them, with their AK-47 negotiating, showing in the television, showing with governor, come to government house and went away with those AK-47. What are we telling ourselves? Are we telling ourselves the truth? You are asking how do we reach to this point? Let us tell ourselves the truth. Are we fighting insecurity, or are we? I don't know the kind of language we are going to use for this. What is happening in Nigeria? Let us tell ourselves the truth. Look at us every day talking. Some people are laughing at us. Talking, they talk, and there are people engineering those things. They are living in our midst, and the names are there. 400 names. Nobody has mentioned those names. Nigeria is a wonderful country.
Yes, what a wonderful country it is. Thank you very much, Ebube. All right, who do we have there? Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, morning. Welcome to the program. Spotlight on Super
Thank you. Thank you. This is Joseph. I'm calling from Adino, Ogun State.
All right, Joseph from Ogun State, please make your comment.
Yeah. I like this your program. It's like you are the pathfinder of Nigeria in this program. How I wish you will call some of the ministers, like ministers of defense, to come and be listening to people's voices if they don't know what to do. You see, before Jonathan Goodluck's tenure, if we go back to that year of election, I think 2014, okay. Who mentioned that if election is rigged, they can make this country ungovernable? Who did Boko Haram later said to stand for them as their mouthpiece?